Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening for the fifth week of the RISE Institute and Rugby Research and Injury Prevention Group 2026 Professional Development.
Today I will be presenting on professional social media usage. So social media is very important and obviously widely used. It allows people to connect globally, access information and network, and it also facilitates the creation of online communities and can allow people to stay updated on current events. However, there are challenges with social media, such as misinformation and mental health risks. So, why is social media important in a professional setting? Employers routinely check social media, especially during the hiring process. Um, Everyone's online presence reflects them and the organization that they are representing. And first impressions are important, of course, during the hiring process. So, not all social media platforms serve the same purpose. So, they vary in accessibility to the public. LinkedIn and Twitter, for example, are more public facing and professional, whereas platforms like Instagram and TikTok are usually private and intended for social use. So on public or professional platforms, it makes sense to share things like your achievements, educational background, professional milestones, and employment updates. Whereas on private platforms, the content is usually more casual, but everyone should still be mindful about what is posted. You should avoid posting illegal activity or offensive language and imagery. And it's very important to remember that private accounts are not truly private. People can take screenshots or things can be shared without you knowing that. So the simplest rule of thumb to follow is that if you wouldn't want an employer to see something, then you should not post it. So again, this is a little bit of what to and not to post. So you should definitely post timely updates regarding employment and experience, professional achievements and milestones, along with professional development and certifications, and then, of course, personal life content such as hobbies, friends, and travels. And everyone should avoid posting the following: venting or complaining about a current or former employer, any confidential information about research or participants, again, any illegal activity or controversial commentary. Again, just anything that could reflect badly on you or your company when taken out of context. Um, I just wanted to focus on LinkedIn and professional social media usage because I know that's a growing platform, and um, as we further our careers, everyone is on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a social media platform that is used for networking by professionals. On LinkedIn, users can connect with their peers, coworkers, and others to see updates on their professional lives and things like that. So LinkedIn can be used for personal branding. So that includes building or uploading a digital resume along with showcasing skills, projects, and accomplishments. And LinkedIn also allows employers to post job openings, and users can directly connect with hiring managers here. Also, users can follow companies and stay updated on news in their fields. There are some other professional social media networks, Handshake and other job boards. These provide users with employment opportunities. Handshake specifically is geared towards students, and a lot of colleges and universities um, allow their accounts to be linked with Handshake. And a lot of internship and entry-level roles that are student-friendly are posted here. There are also a few digital business card platforms. So Dot focuses on personal networking. Um, with Dot, you would have a like piece of physical hardware like a card or a wristband, and others can scan this wristband to get your contact information. And Blink is more team and business forward, and these are digital cards that are shared via NFC, QR codes, or Apple and Google Wallet features. Just some key takeaways are that social media can be a very useful tool for networking and professional endeavors. It's very easy to find and connect with professionals and people you know on social media. Your online presence is a part of your professional brand, so you should keep your profiles current and share your accomplishments and professional activities, and be sure to utilize networking opportunities. Um, Also, personal social media accounts should protect your professional reputation. So this includes avoiding posting unprofessional content or anything that would reflect poorly on you or your company. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Elena, for that presentation. Now we'll begin with the second professionalism presentation of the day uh, by Kevin, presenting on cover letters.
Hi, my name is Kevin Serrano, and today we'll be going over a staple of professionalism, which is cover letters. Cover letters can make or break your job application, and it's very essential to know how to make an effective one in order to be able to change your trajectory. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is a cover letter? It's a supplemental document that is sent right along your resume. You can think about it as a personalized piece of writing designated to give a more in-depth description of who you are as a person. Why is it necessary? A well-crafted cover letter shows interest and increased interest and answers the fundamental question of why an employer should consider you. It allows for extra content that standard resumes can't really provide, and it gives you a fantastic platform to showcase your unique personality. Before we look at a template, we have to know the foundational anatomy of a great cover letter. Every standard letter should flow clearly through these six structural areas. Number one, the header. This contains professional contact information for both you, the applicant, and the employer. Next, the salutation. Um, how to appropriately address the hiring manager. It's important to understand why you don't put to whom it may concern. It's better to actually say their name directly. The hook, which is the introduction. Uh, this is where you state the position that you're being applied or applying for and are open for a strong statement about your enthusiasm or your top qualification. Next is, oh, sorry. Next is the pitch. These are the body paragraphs of the cover letter. It connects the past experiences that you've had in your life to the employer's current needs. The call to action, which is the conclusion, to reiterate excitement, mention the attached resume and any other experiences and request an interview. And lastly, the sign off, a clean and professional closing with your signature and titles. So now looking at this template, we can see a concrete layout how it looks like on a page. At the top, you'll see an input to where you can put in your contact details, including your full name, email address, phone number, and others address. Below that, you can include the date of the letter, followed by contact name, contact title, company name, and street address with the city and postcode. And just make sure to use the entire and complete title of the address of whoever is doing the hiring. When you're addressing the greeting, try to be specific in addressing the hiring manager if possible. If you absolutely do not know their name, use an introduction like "Dear blank department, hiring manager," or "to who it may concern," but this is a last resort. Next, also use a clear header indicating the position you are applying for right at the top. Now looking straight into the breakdown, we can see that the first paragraph is the hook. It grabs reader attention. Most cover letters end up sounding exactly the same, so you really want to input a sentence that differentiates you. Next, the second paragraph is more of the job fit, explaining why you're a good fit for the job, and identify the skills and requirements of a job that are more important based on the job posting, and explain why exactly your experience allows them to provide your skills into this. The third paragraph is the company fit. Share why you're a good fit for the company in general, not just that position. Express why you're interested in working at said corporation. A major aspect of hiring successful employees comes down to really finding the people who are strong cultural fits. So you really want to emphasize this importance in the third paragraph. And the formal closing, like I said before, you finish with confidence and you let the company know why you'd be a great fit and really finalize what you submit, what you've written, and finish off with a professional conclusion and sign off. So now looking at strategies and content. To make your writing highly impactful, keep these three strategies in mind. Number one is tailoring. Customize every single cover letter for every single job you apply for. Employers really spot generic letters nearly instantly. Show, don't tell. Use brief anecdotes and quantifiable information to emphasize your real impact and not just don't minimize just broadly describing events. This will help you really stand out to the employer and make sure that you are more than just somebody who can tell stories, but really rather have a good impact. And third is expanding your resume. Avoid just retelling and copying your resume. Give the reader more context, depth, and character in your resume in order to really understand who you are as a person and why you would be a good fit for this job. Next, here are some common mistakes to avoid. Um, First is length issues. A cover letter should never exceed 1 page and must use standard margins. Try and keep it concise. Next is a misaligned focus. Avoid focusing too much on what the job will do for you instead of what you will do for the company. Make sure that you're explaining why you're a candidate instead of just retelling your story. Copying and pasting. Avoid, like I said before, avoid using a generic copy paste template for every application. Uniqueness is key in order to be able to stand out as an applicant. And then lastly, grammatical errors, typos, grammatical slips, and forgetting to change your headers or salutations for a previous application will instantly hurt your credibility and your first impression. Now this is the final polish. Before you send off your application, you need to review and revise for the final polish. First, verify your formatting standard. Stick to a clean professional fonts like Arial, Times New Roman, or Calibri at a 10 to 12 point font size with a clean and consistent margins throughout the entire document. Next, prioritize through proofreading. It's really highly recommended to reread out loud your cover letter in order to catch any awkward phrasing, or you can also use a digital spell check and get peer reviewed from a colleague. And finally, ensure that you're saving it properly. It's normal industry standard to use a PDF format unless explicitly told otherwise. And also make sure every time you save, you need to double check to see if the system saves it in the same appearance as you have it in your original doc. Here are my references in case anyone needs to continue research. And thank you.
Thank you for the great presentation, Kevin.
Didn't will you be concluding?
Um, Second. That will conclude the 5th week of the RISE Institute and Rugby Research and Injury Prevention Group 2026 Professional Development.